Hello, this is Fiona Cuthbertson coming from the pod to announce a very special episode of Off the Cuff. Courtesy of Sandra Naylor from Revival Studios, Off the Cuff is going live. On Wednesday the 28th of January at 11am, so 1 week from now to the minute, Off the Cuff will be streamed live on the Off the Cuff channel of YouTube to talk about the high price of retail crime. Joining me for this very special episode is Superintendent Lisa Maslen, who leads the fight against business crime through her role as Chief of the National Business Crime Centre. She's here to take a deep dive into the growing issue of retail crime and its impact on businesses, workers and communities. When stealing becomes endemic, it's everyone's problem. And incidences of retail crime have now reached an all-time high. Over 20 million a year and over 400 incidences of violence and abuse against retail staff every day. This one type of crime is costing retailers £2.2 billion a year, and it's one of the biggest threats to them, impacting their profitability, employee safety, and the long-term viability of stores. And the damage done through this type of crime does not stop there. Retail crime harms communities, increased prices, and reduced access to goods, ultimately making areas feel less safe and amplifying the cycle of decline that many of us see on our high streets. So how do we stem this tide? Well, that's where Superintendent Maslen comes in. Her work with the NBCC means she works closely with businesses, legislators, law enforcement agencies and other stakeholders to prevent and reduce the impact of business crime in the UK. If you listen in next week, on Wednesday at 11am, you'll hear her draw on her decades of frontline and strategic policing experience to discuss her career journey, the evolving nature of business crime, and the recent legislative changes like the Crime and Policing Bill, which is making its way through the House of Lords right now. She will also talk about what more needs to be done to protect retailers, disrupt criminal networks, and create a visible deterrent to all those who offend. And there will be an opportunity for you, the listeners, to quiz Lisa yourself. This is not about us asking questions in a vacuum. She wants to hear from you, so gear yourself up and get involved. The link to the live streaming is in the episode notes, so set yourself a reminder and join us on the 28th of January at 11am on the Off the Cuff YouTube channel. Look forward to seeing you there.